Our next segment here on Elgin Today, we're delighted to be outside on a winter's day, kind of a cool day, but we're right here at the Riverside Water Treatment Plant, and Nora Bertram, you're the water director. We say hello to you.
Hello, thank you.
This has always been one of our great facilities. We love to come outside, winter or spring, whatever it is, to showcase what you have behind us. So when we brought you here, first of all, how long have you been with the city now?
Almost 9 years now.
9 years?
Yep.
And you've enjoyed every year, haven't you?
Of course, every year.
So much conversation, of course, has been on the replacement of the service line, replacement for the lead piping. So tell me how that is going.
So it's been a long process. Back in 2018, 2019, we started really looking at it as a utility. And since then, we've developed a program. Essentially, we're moving through neighborhoods in the city of Elgin where there are lead service lines, and we're replacing the full lead service line from the water main in the street into the resident's house to their meter with a copper service line.
Usually you head down to the basement and things of that nature?
Yes, we do. The contractor will need to get access to the basement where they will be connecting the new copper service line to your existing water meter.
And basically it's scheduled to be like a one-day 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. process, is it not?
Yep, it usually takes one day. Some rare circumstances, if they run into some challenges, it might take a little bit longer, but usually 4 to 8 hours.
And they might be on your street for a little bit, but you can always park where you want on the street if you want from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., can't you?
Correct, yeah. They try to, for efficiency purposes, they would try to do one block at a time. You know, if they're mobilized there, it's easier to just take care of all the services if they can, and so they will be taking up street real estate during the day when they're working. But
it's a good crew. They're a good bunch of folks, aren't they?
Yeah, we've had really good luck with the contractors we've hired, and then with our staff that has been doing some of the work as well.
Remind us why this work is so important.
The work is important because no level of lead is safe, and one step that the city and residents can take is to remove their lead service line, which removes a potential source of lead in residents' houses.
And that's pretty much why the city is doing this. You have to replace those old lead pipes, don't you?
We do, yeah. Per federal and state regulations, the city is now required to replace the full lead service line, including the private portion of the service line.
You go neighborhood by neighborhood, so the completion of this final event takes a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, our expected completion date, we're running between about 850 to 900 services per year, and our expected completion date is 2036 approximately.
Wow, 2036. We started how many years ago?
We started with the full lead service line replacements. Our major project started in 2021, and then 2023 was our full ramp up.
So it's an ongoing process, and you've done lots of replacements so far.
We have done over 1,400 replacements so far.
Wow. Of course, when we're done, we know we have new lines now. These lines have been underground in our house for generations, so it's very important, isn't it?
It is very important, yeah, and replacing the lines, getting rid of that lead is important. It is a goal for the city. It's one of our main goals going forward.
That's really the most impact, to get rid of that lead, isn't it?
Correct, yep, to protect public health.
Now the funding comes from a couple different places?
Yeah, we have, currently we are leveraging our ARPA funds, American Resource Protection Act funds. $13.5 million of that has been dedicated to lead service line replacement. We also have IEPA state revolving funds that have been used, either principal forgiveness, or next year we're going to be using low to no interest loans. We have dedicated local funds to that, and we continue to pursue other funding opportunities, whether it's grants, loans, anything we can find.
We're awfully proud of our water, aren't we?
We are proud of our water. We take water from the Fox River and some wells, and we treat it and make it potable for everyone. We think our water is the best around.
Yeah, we have the most area winds, regional winds.
Yes, maybe not this year, but frequently, yes.
I wish we had water to salute you right now. That's wonderful. That's a great concept. Now, also, any questions? Should we call you?
Best to call 311, and then they can direct your questions appropriately, because there's many different departments that are currently working on this effort.
As we look right here at Riverside, this is a great treatment plant here, isn't it? We look around, this is really fun to look at, isn't it?
It is. It's a pretty cool place. I love giving tours. I love showing people what we do here. People are usually pretty surprised at all the work that goes into creating our potable water for the city of Elgin.
There we go. City of Elgin folks, anybody want to have a tour, don't they?
Yeah, they can give us a call and we can arrange tours for people, for sure.
I like that. Do we leave anything else? You got so many questions you already answered. Did we leave anything out?
I did want to mention the city's free water testing and filter programs. Any resident or business, tenant, homeowner who is in a structure that was built before 1988 is eligible to request a free lead testing program kit or a free water pitcher filter. You go to the city's website, cityofelgin.org/lead, and you can request it on a form there, and they'll be mailed directly to your house.
Yeah, the one I had was dropped right off. It was wonderful, and it's a great way to test, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we really encourage residents who are in those older homes to test just so that you're aware, we're aware, and then to use filters if you do have a lead service line. That is our recommendation, and that's why we're providing free filters to anyone who qualifies.
That's the key right there. The old lead lines are long since past their prime, aren't they?
Correct, yeah.
All right, well, Nora, again, we could stay here the rest of the afternoon, but we appreciate that very much for all your information. Good work. And again, when in the spring, will this start up again?
Yep. We are currently getting our contracts ready to go out to bid, and then it'll start, late April, May, and run through the summer, probably until November, December.
Yeah, because you were still toiling in November and early December for that. So it's good to know. It's good that you're working so hard for the citizens of Elgin.
Thank you very much.
All right, Nora, we appreciate that information, and we thank you for the tour. Thank you for putting us out here. This is great.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, we'll be back for more water later.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Nora. An exciting segment we have here on this edition of Elgin Today. We have got Aaron Neal. You are a man of great knowledge, and much of our driving future is in your hands, I think.
Well, the power of electric vehicles and public charging has been bestowed onto the Public Works Department, and it is actually one of the main functions of my role as Public Works Director now is to electrify the city's fleet and also be able to provide electricity to the community who has electric vehicles.
Wonderful. We stand just a little bit east of the post office, where green, the parking lots are. Yes. This has been in session for how long here?
So this EV charger, which is open to the public, has been installed since about September of 2023. It is currently in complement of the existing EV charger we've had in the rec center deck since about 2015.
Wow.
So currently the city has 4 public charging ports open to the community for their EV charging needs.
And the response has been great. Electric vehicles, do we have a lot in our area?
We do. The Elgin area has, according to the state of Illinois, about 1,000 EVs registered to Elgin. Kane County as a whole has about 4,000 to 5,000. So the rage is on. It is the in thing. I have an EV myself.
Oh, you?
Yeah. So
did you bring it today?
I did not.
Oh,
so I can't just talk the talk. I have to walk the walk. And if I was put in charge of this program for the city, me and my wife took the opportunity. We purchased an EV, not for this role only, but it was the most economical for us. And we've had ours for about a year now, and we love it.
Before we tell you how it works and the great sustainability plan that it is, remind us how long this has been here and the expansion that you have in mind already.
Absolutely. So part of the city's sustainability action plan, electric vehicles and electrifying the city's fleet has always been a priority or a goal of the Sustainability Commission. So this is the first expansion to our network since 2015, and we brought this in September of 2023. The City Council approved the procurement of 3 additional EV chargers in December of 2023. So we have those housed at our Public Works Department, and we will be installing those, 1 each at the Rec Center parking deck, which will give them 2, 1 at the Chicago Street parking deck, and then 1 at Fulton Street, which will increase our public charging capacity to 10 ports citywide. Wow. And then we're looking at future expansions at our regional parks. We're looking at both the Highlands and Bowes Creek Golf Clubs. The Hemmons project, EV charging is included in that project. The sports complex expansion, we have EV charging incorporated in that.
Wow.
So, we're bringing EV to the community as an amenity. It's a plus one to coming downtown. We're not looking to fuel the fleet, right? What we are looking for is if people are coming downtown, they have somewhere to charge. If they're going to the sports complex or Wing Park, that they'll have somewhere to plug in. So really it's a plus one amenity is kind of what we're looking at for members of this community and or anyone passing through.
Exciting futuristic news that is, of course. Now you mentioned where the center of Elgin is. Parking deck, there's 2 or 1 there already?
There is one station, and as you can see here, each station has 2 ports.
Okay, 2 ports.
So there's 1 station in there currently with 2 active ports. We're going to be adding a second station at the rec center. So the rec center parking deck will have 4 total ports.
All right. Well, that's wonderful with that. Now, you get your phone out and tell us how we sign up to these guys.
So the city decided to partner with ChargePoint. ChargePoint is a leader in the EV charging industry, both software and hardware. So all of our charging stations are through ChargePoint. We can connect to them remotely, so I have access to all of the data. I know when someone is at a charger, when they're not at a charger. I know if a charger's up or down or if it's out. So we use ChargePoint. The easiest way for anyone, and if you have an EV, most people do, you go into your app, you open up ChargePoint, you link it to your credit card, and then you just come, you let them know you're here, and you can unhitch and plug into your vehicle.
There is kind of a time limitation, isn't there?
There is. So EVs do have a charge limit. So whatever the individual user sets their maximum charge to is what we allow them to be in one of these parking stalls. So what happens is you come, you pay a very nominal fee. The charging fee in Elgin is only for us to recoup our electricity. We're not looking to make any revenue off of this, so it's extremely cheap. You can charge an EV between $6 to $10 at one of these stations, but you come, you plug in. Once your car hits the maximum charge point, you get a text message to your phone that says you've reached your maximum charge, you have 30 minutes to move your car. We've had a lot of success with that. Residents have moved their cars, but if you stay past that 30 minutes, it's $10 an hour up to a maximum of $30.
Wow.
So we're trying to get people to move in and out of these stalls. We don't want a single vehicle here all day, nor do we want Aaron Neal to park his car here as his own personal charger.
Well, like the Tesla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we are trying to encourage people to move, and we've had a lot of success so far.
Wonderful. We could talk about this for days, but we're going to
good.
scoot out of here right now. But you've done wonderful work with it.
Thanks, John.
Exciting. You'll have those new locations and,
Yes.
and good work with that. So I'm going to pull my car up now, okay?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Aaron, we appreciate all the information. Good work.
Thanks, Jeff.
It is time for our segment with Mayor David Captain. We're in a new year, Mayor, and we're going to introduce somebody new to the city, are we not?
We are, and we're inside on a beautiful day in January, and we're looking forward to interviewing one of our newer employees today. Adele Fiedler is the new communications director. It's a position we've been planning to fill for a year or two, and Adele's started this fall, and we're looking forward to working with her. She's been a delight for me so far, and we've been making some plans and talking about how we're going to communicate and how we communicate with our residents. And if there's anything that a city fails on, it's that. I think the big problems are failures of communication, so we want to strengthen that team, and Adele is going to do that. She came to us just recently this fall, and we'll let her introduce herself and tell her history.
All right, we will do so. Congratulations for coming to our city. Your early thoughts on it, you love it, don't you?
I do. I really love the city of Elgin. It's a beautiful community.
Wonderful. And you're going to be communication director, like the mayor said, and also engage with the community. Is that right?
Yes, that's my goal, is to help increase the city's communication efforts with the residents that we serve.
And you've been here about 3 months now. So
3 months.
Yeah, so you've done some exciting things already, haven't you?
Yes, met a lot of great people, learning the new role, really researching the city of Elgin more in depth as far as to what can we bring to the table communication-wise.
All right. Any trivia question we could then ask you about Elgin, couldn't we?
Eventually.
Oh, Mayor, I know you've worked with her and enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, and it's important for us to not only to as a staff and employees to communicate with each other, but for us to communicate with the residents. And that's going to be one of my goals this summer. Is to we're going to be talking a lot about water and our water supplies, and I want people to understand. I want people to understand how our water system works, our drinking water system works. We're going to talk about the issue of revolving around the Kimball Street Dam, and we want to communicate with the community, but I want them to come back to us too. And that's part of communications, goes both ways.
Yeah, that's so important. I'm sure you've heard about maybe the dam going down and what that would mean to our water supply.
Yes. I've been watching the city council meetings and staying informed on what's happening with that, so that when we start our communications efforts, we can present the information in the best way to the public, and so they can help provide their feedback on that.
Wonderful. And here in Elgin today, you'll supply us with city officials that we talk with a little bit, won't you?
Yes. I will be working to help One Source Productions plan their upcoming shows for the year.
Wonderful. Now that the mayor, he's always top talent,
Oh, I don't know about that. But we look forward to doing things, and I try to bring city staff members onto the program, and we try to go out and do some field work and go out, and I'd like to do a little bit more of that this year and get out, especially when we're communicating about things that are so important to the community as the drinking water supply.
Yeah.
And many people may have lived here for a number of years and have never seen where the water comes from and how what our supply looks like and where we get the personnel that work on this and make our water supply as valuable as it is.
Wonderful. Now, you went to Minnesota State, which is in Mankato, Minnesota. Is that right?
Yes.
Is there a similarity between us and you there?
Well, Mankato is about half the size of the city of Elgin. We do have a river that separates two cities. So
Water
we have
questions, yeah.
Water question. So we have a North Mankato versus a South Elgin. And then we also have a community college and then a university there. So a number of similarities between Mankato and Elgin.
Wonderful. Great resume.
It is, and it kind of fits, well, it makes it easier to
It's
fit
right.
in.
Well, the water issue you know so well.
And we always, everybody in Elgin that lives here, we talk about the east side and the west side, and that's what it means, east side
Yeah.
of the river and the west side of the river. So, Adele, what do you see for your plans? And you've been here 3 months and kind of got a feel for what the city is. And what do you think our needs are for communication, and how do you plan to address them, or push me and the city manager into addressing them?
And the mayor needs no script, you know.
One of the things I'm working on right now is building a strategic communications and engagement plan that really will outline our efforts and how we're going to engage the community, not only by informing and educating them, but really doing that engagement, that two-way communication, so that we're not only pushing information out to them, but they're able to give us feedback in a variety of ways as well. As part of that plan, we would break down specific efforts, like what the mayor had talked about with the dam and the water issues that we need to address, into mini plans, so to speak. And so we'll have a big overall effort and then smaller pieces to help us get our communications out there.
It's good to have that communication link with the folks, isn't it?
Absolutely, and one of the things that I realized over time is that every year we replace a number of our residents. They either move on to other communities, we have new people move in, and it's as simple as what day does my trash get picked up?
That's right.
And how do we communicate that out? So it's a constant communication. It's not just a one and done. And it has to go on, and we hopefully we get better. We work with some of our vendors. I like to work with the current vendor for his waste management, and part of their responsibility is to communicate with their clients as well. So it's working with our vendors and with other people that work with the city as well.
Isn't a potentially new garbage contract upcoming?
Yeah, that's being reviewed right now, and it'll come back to the city council. The staff's going to make some recommendations, and that'll have to be done by the end of this year, 2024.
You might get a question or two on that.
Just a few. Might get a couple. So, but we're looking forward to, we're getting our communication efforts out there, teaching the public, like the mayor had said. There's really a lot of great things going on at the city of Elgin, and we really want to inform the residents, get them engaged, and there's a variety of ways to do it. We really need to reach audiences in a number of ways. There's just not a one and done, as the mayor said.
And you've gotten out and about in the city so far, haven't you? Enjoyed restaurants and different locations.
Oh, yes. We love to go out to eat and try different foods. It's been great.
What's your favorite food?
Mexican.
Hey, well, a brand new restaurant right downtown for you.
Have to
El
check it
Patio,
out.
Yes. Mayor?
Yep, and we're planning a number of things and a number of different projects that are going to be happening here in the next couple of years that are the things that really aggravate people. Like traffic flow. We're going to be taking some bridges out and doing some work downtown with reconstruction, and those things are always important. When we worked on Dundee Avenue and Summit Street the last few months, and that kind of communication is important to people. It interrupts their life, and the most important things you look at are certainly the drinking water and traffic flows and those kind of things. So Adele is going to have She's going to have to be in tune with everything that we do so she can get the correct information out to people. That's the most important.
So we'll spin it to you, my dear.
And while a lot of these issues might be aggravating to the community, I've learned through my career that if we can teach them the why of what we're doing, that really can help create some buy-in. It's that communication piece that's really needed, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how it benefits the community.
Example is that the new water lines that went in for a lot, well, it's been going on in the area for years, as part of the town, so
Yes.
everybody knows about that.
Yes, and that's those are exactly the kind of things. And most people they get aggravated. And once you explain to them and say, "Well, this is why we had to do it this way," or "This is why it was done," and sometimes the conversation starts out with me and says, "Gee, are you that stupid that you do it this way?" Well, no, we had to do it that way, and here's why. So, man, people understand that, and that's really what we should be trying to do.
You won't get those GR, you that stupid.
I hope not.
Anything else, Mayor?
No, that's just great, and we're looking forward to working with Adele here in the next few years, and we're going to have a great program in the city of Elgin.
Well, wonderful. Do we leave anything out? Anything else you want to tell the folks?
I don't think so. I'm just really excited to be here, thankful for the opportunity, and I look forward to growing the department and serving the residents.
You'll be available phone call, online, and things of that nature.
Phone call, online, reach me anytime, email.
Out and about, you will be a lot.
I will be out and about a lot, yes.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it. We appreciate you coming to our city, and and we have a very easy winter here compared to Minnesota.
Yeah, so far it's been really good. However, Minnesota hasn't been too bad either,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, the whole country. The mayor hasn't even worn a coat this year yet.
Well, and when we talk about communications, one of the things I think that it'll be exciting for the community is that we're going to have a weather camera that's going to be installed on the Hemmons
Really?
for WGN. And Mike Jansen contacted me about 2 months ago and wanted to put a weather camera here and show the weather. And we're going to have a view up and down the Fox River, looking at our promenade, and Adele's been working with them. And so that's the first part of our communication. It'll be live. I believe it's going to be live so that people can check in and look at it on the city's website.
Wow.
So we're communicating, and now we're going to talk about the weather.
We're going all over with WGN. That's great.
Yeah, it's a really exciting opportunity.
It is. It should get some nationwide coverage on that.
Yes.
Although this might be somewhat regional, Mayor.
Well, somewhat, yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Welcome to our city.
Thank you so much.
Mayor, as always, you had a good end of the year, good celebration, everything.
We did, and it was a good year for the city of Elgin, and we're looking forward to a good year in 2024 as well. We'll look forward to seeing you next month.
That's our segment with Mayor, Captain, and crew right here. We'll catch you next time right here on Elgin Today.
Feliz años a todos. Quiero dejarles saber que está un poquito frío, pero estamos afuera porque estamos en un lugar muy interesante. En sí, la planta de agua, que creo que todo mundo que estamos aquí en Elgin tenemos el privilegio de tener una buena cantidad de agua que es sana para nosotros. Pero ahí hemos tenido un poquito de dilemas, lo que es la planta, y tenemos con nosotros Timo Bello, que sí que es tu título.
Superintendente de utilidades.
¿Y qué es lo que haces? Porque eso se escucha muy, muy elegante.
Sí. Lo que hago es me encargo del departamento de agua, de la tubería que corre por las calles, que entra a las casas, y del departamento de medidores.
Que es algo muy importante, que realmente se necesita mucho, especialmente asegurar que nuestra agua esté bien y portátil y asegurar que no batallemos un poquito con eso.
Sí.
So, a ver, van a estar reemplazando unas tuberías. Dinos un poquito del proceso.
Lo que estamos haciendo, estamos reemplazando las líneas de servicio que entran en la casa. Si la línea de agua es hecha de plomo, la vamos a reemplazar de la tubería principal que corre por la calle hasta dentro de la casa, hasta el medidor. Ahorita lo que tenemos en las ciudades, pensamos que son como unas 12,000 líneas que son hechas de plomo, y ya tenemos unos pocos años cambiando líneas, y vamos a seguir cambiándolas para que no sean hechas de plomo. Las vamos a hacer de cobre. Vamos a poner líneas de cobre en vez de las líneas de plomo.
Para que sea más saludable y las personas no tengan que batallar. Y esto es un gran proceso, se tarda bastante, ¿no?
Sí, el proceso de cambiar la línea tarda como un día, pero todo lo que se hace antes es lo que tarda un poco más. Todo lo que planeamos, cuando buscamos el área donde vamos a hacer el trabajo, buscando los contratistas, y luego todo lo que se hace para asegurar que los dueños de la casa sepan lo que estamos haciendo, que acepten lo que estamos haciendo y que nos den el permiso de hacer el trabajo. ¿verdad?
Para poder colaborar. ¿Y eso cuánto tiempo va a consistir? Si una persona dice, voy a ir a tu casa a hacer todo el proceso, ¿será como unas 2 horas, 3, 6, 8? ¿Qué estamos hablando?
Se hace en un día. El agua se apaga como unas 4 a 6 horas. El trabajo todo afuera casi siempre se hace en menos de 8. Si algo pasa, si se ve algo diferente o hay algún problema, puede ser que dura un poco más. Pero son como 1,500 que hemos hecho en los últimos 2 años y posiblemente, creo que es como una que no se acabó ese día. Sí le dimos agua a esa casa por la noche, pero sí tuvimos que regresar para el otro día para acabar el trabajo.
Eso sí, realmente es un buen trabajo y las personas van a estar notificadas
Sí.
con anticipación.
Sí, siempre lo que hacemos es el contratista habla 1 semana, 2 semanas antes y dice, nos gustaría venir tal día. Y usted dice sí o no, y si dice sí, llegan a las 7 de la mañana y empiezan a hacer el trabajo ese día. Todo con aviso al dueño de la casa.
Y más o menos estamos hablando de un proceso de 6 horas, 8.
Algo así, sí, son como 6 horas, 8 horas para hacer todo el trabajo.
Y en sí, para todo lo que tienen que hacer, ¿cuánto tiempo estamos pensando? O sea, ¿cuánto tiempo van a terminar? Porque es una buena cantidad que van a tener que estar cambiando, ¿no?
Entonces, en total, pensamos que lo que nos gustaría hacer es por lo mínimo 850 a 900 al año. Si las hacemos así, para el año 2023 acabamos con toda la ciudad, ¿verdad? Cada año pasamos unos 8 meses, o como unos 8 meses haciendo el trabajo, y en esos 8 meses cambiamos 850, 900 líneas, seguimos haciendo cada año, y por ahí para el 2023 acabamos con toda la ciudad. 36.
Oh, 23 ya se acabó.
Ya se acabó el año pasado.
Vamos un poco atrasado. No, el 2036, muy bien. Ajá.
Sí, para ese año esperamos acabar.
Sí, es que va a ser una buena cantidad, es que pedimos que todos colaboren y asegurar que cuando ustedes vayan a tratar de hacer los cambios, que sean accesibles y tratar de colaborar en ese aspecto, ¿no?
Exactamente, sí. Cuando empezamos el proyecto cada año, empezamos a mandar por correo cartas a la casa y les pedimos a los dueños que abran las cartas, que las lean y allí les explica lo que se necesita hacer para que sean parte del programa. Todo lo hacemos sin costo al dueño de la casa. La ciudad está pagando todo esto. Nomás necesitamos el permiso del dueño. Y eso, en las cartas que mandamos, allí les explicamos cómo pueden darnos el permiso de hacer el trabajo.
Una curiosidad, porque ese es mucho dinero lo que se van a hacer. ¿Dónde vienen los fondos?
Muchos de los fondos vienen del gobierno federal y del gobierno del estado y también fondos que tenemos aquí de la ciudad también. Algunos son dinero que nos dan, que no necesitamos regresar, y algunos son préstamos que pedimos con el estado o federal y que se pagan en 20, 30 años, ¿verdad? Se regresa el dinero.
¿Y por qué es tan importante que la ciudad está haciendo eso? Porque realmente creo que las personas van a tener preguntas. ¿Por qué lo tenemos que hacer?
Lo hacemos porque no hay ningún nivel de plomo que es bueno para una persona. Y si la línea de agua que entra a su casa es hecha de plomo, hay la posibilidad que el plomo entre al agua. Y entonces usted va a tener ese plomo adentro si toma el agua o se la usa para cocinar. Y como no es bueno tenerlo, queremos cambiarlas todas para que no haya ningún riesgo de que el plomo entre por el agua.
Y estas son de las casas más antiguas, ¿no? Que fueron construidas hace mucho tiempo.
En diferentes partes se ve diferentes años. Lo que nosotros decimos es si la casa se hizo antes del 1988, entonces hay chance de que la línea que entra a la casa es hecha de plomo. Y esas son las casas donde estamos haciendo el trabajo. Esas son las donde estamos buscando si son de plomo las líneas y cambiándolas.
Son las primordiales, ¿no?
Sí. Ya las casas después de ese año ya no se podría usar el plomo para poner la línea.
¿Qué le podemos decir a nuestros televidentes o nuestra audiencia de tomar, pueden beber la agua, se van a sentir seguros? ¿Qué les podemos decir sobre eso?
El agua que sacamos nosotros del río, que sacamos de los pozos, que limpiamos aquí, que echamos por las tuberías para sus casas, esa agua no lleva plomo. Si tiene alguna pregunta o si piensa que puede hacer, sí tenemos un programa donde podemos mandarles unas botellas y usted puede colectar agua. Nos las mandan nosotros y nosotros hacemos un examen para checar si hay plomo en el agua. También les podemos dar un filtro, una jarra pues para el agua con filtro. Si tiene alguna pregunta o si piensa que puede ser que tiene algo malo en el agua. Pero el agua que viene de aquí, de Elgin, no lleva plomo y la tubería que está en la calle principal, esa no lleva plomo también. Pero si hay preguntas, sí se puede hacer por el sitio web de la ciudad. Ahí puede pedir el filtro o las botellitas para hacer el examen.
Si alguien tiene preguntas o tiene dudas, pueden llamar también al 311.
También puede llamar al 311, ahí tenemos a personas que hablan inglés y español y allí puede también, ellos les explican cómo pueden tener ese el filtro o el examen.
Si quieren revisarse el agua o en sí revisar el agua, asegurar que no tenga plomo y le hacen la prueba completamente gratis. Y también en sí mandan las jarritas y los filtros gratis también, ¿no?
También, sí, esos también llevan gratis, sí.
Lo importante es que se sientan seguros porque realmente Elgin tiene una buena cantidad en sí, ha salido saludable, es que no teman por ese lado, pero si tienen preguntas aseguren que pueden hablar con Timo o cualquier otra persona de la planta de agua. Aquí los esperamos, si al caso tienen preguntas nos pueden mandar mensaje. Hasta pronto, adiós.
Adiós.
Hola a todos, conmigo tengo a Gio Jungo, que en sí trabaja con la oficina del alcalde, ¿verdad?
Sí, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Gio, trabajo para la ciudad de Elgin en la oficina del alcalde.
Y realmente tenemos buenas noticias, siempre andamos buscando la modernización y aquí en la ciudad de Elgin tenemos algo muy nuevo. Dinos un poquito de lo que está atrás de mí.
Sí, aquí estamos en la ciudad, en el ayuntamiento, aquí en el estacionamiento de la ciudad tenemos nuevo una estación de carga para vehículos eléctricos. Esta fue instalada apenas en septiembre del 2023.
Es algo muy nuevo, ¿verdad? Porque ahora los carros ya no están usando gas.
No, ahora muchos vehículos son eléctricos, así que no es gas, sino tienen que venir a una estación eléctrica para recargar el carro.
Y creo que es una forma muy económica, realmente estamos modernizándonos aquí mismo en el centro. Hay varios lugares donde se pueden hacer eso.
Sí, tenemos varios lugares. Ahorita tenemos esta que apenas abrió en septiembre del 23. Y tenemos en el garaje del estacionamiento del centro de Elgin otros 2 espacios para recargar el carro. Y planeamos expandir aquí en el centro. Esperamos en este año tener 3 nuevas localidades para que la gente pueda recargar sus carros eléctricos.
Idealmente, ¿cómo trabaja eso? Si yo tengo un carro que en sí, obviamente se va a tener que cargar, vengo aquí a cualquier hora, solamente están de ciertas horas, cualquier persona puede venir a estacionarse, ¿hay un límite?
Sí, bueno, aquí está abierto las 24 horas del día, los 7 días de la semana. Aquí cómo funciona es, puedes llegar a cualquier hora, llegas aquí, grabas la aplicación, Charge Points, abres tu cuenta, pones tu tarjeta de débito, y cuando ahí te va a preguntar cuánto tiempo máximo quieres cargar para tu carro. Cuando tu cuenta o cuando tu carro esté cargado completamente, te va a llegar un mensaje de texto que diga que tu carro ya está cargado. Usualmente la gente, más o menos va a costar como de $6 a $10.
En total, para tenerlo ya lleno completamente.
Sí, para tenerlo totalmente lleno va a ser de $6 a $10. Una cosa para que la gente se recuerde es de cuando ya esté cargado, te dan 30 minutos para venir a quitar tu vehículo y estacionarlo en otro lado. Porque después de los 30 minutos, se le van a cobrar $10 por cada hora que deje el vehículo aquí. Lo máximo que vamos a cobrar es $30.
Puede venir una persona a las 2 de la mañana, cargarlo y ya si se le pasa el tiempo, más de 30 minutos de que se le pasó el tiempo, se les van a cobrar cada hora.
Sí, cada hora serán los $10 hasta que llegue a 30 y ahí es lo máximo.
Okay. ¿Y esta aplicación, hay un costo para que las personas la estén utilizando?
No, pueden ir a la aplicación, esa en el teléfono si tienen Android o iPhone, le pueden recargar esa aplicación, la pueden bajar y es gratis. Ya nomás agregan su cuenta y su información de tarjeta de débito.
Idealmente esto es muy ideal porque ya ni los policías tienen que venir a obsequiar el boleto de que, ¿sabes qué? Aquí está tu multa de que en sí te tardaste. Realmente es algo muy ágil y puede venir y cargarlo el tiempo más o menos ¿cuánto se tarda?
Eso depende cuánta
carga necesitas.
¿Cuánta carga necesites? Puede ser de 1 hora, 2 horas, 3 horas, eso depende de tu vehículo o cuánto carga necesites.
¿Alguna otra información que debemos de dejarles saber a las personas que tengan los carros eléctricos o que deberían de comprar uno?
Sí, estamos planeando instalar 3 estacionamientos más, así más o menos 3 o más de 3 actually. Sería en el Sport Complex, pensamos en el futuro instalar allí, en los parques de golf, en los parques para niños. Queremos que la gente tenga varias opciones para que puedan cargar sus vehículos eléctricos.
La verdad, Elgin está bien enfocado en la sostenibilidad y realmente les agradecemos que siempre están buscando para apoyarnos y estamos modernos, tratando de actualizarnos en sí. Realmente muchas gracias por toda la información que nos acaba de dar. Y si tienen preguntas, ¿a quién les pueden acudir?
Si tienen preguntas, pueden llamar al 311.
Y ahí les pueden dar toda la información que necesiten. Hasta pronto, nos vemos. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
For more information, please visit cityofelgin.org. Para más información, por favor visite nuestra página cityofelgin.org. Don't forget, for city services, call 311. Call, click, connect. Para servicios de la ciudad, no olvide llamar 311, llamar, conectar y textear.